Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a brand new reading about your next chapter. There are 3 groups in front of you. The first one is a green book followed by blue and then orange. So please pick one with your intuition, and if you need more time to decide, then pause this video. Let's begin. Hello group 1, if you chose a green book, then let's find out. But before we get into your reading, I just want to say something about your energy because it's the first thing that came through so strongly for me, okay? You have this warm and caring light about you. It's the kind of energy that wraps around people like a blanket on a cold day. You genuinely care about others and you tend to take on their emotions, struggles, responsibilities, or even pain. You want to make sure everyone around you is okay. And that's such a beautiful gift. But sometimes it becomes heavy. Because when you pour out so much of your love and care for others, you can end up leaving your own cup empty. And it's not good, guys. Because you can't take care of others if you're not taking care of your health, yourself. And it's time now to let go, whether that's people, situations, or memories that once felt safe and familiar. Even when something has clearly run its course, you hold on because of your loyalty, your empathy, and your hope that things can still get better. But you can't hold it forever if something is not working. And it's okay to release. It's okay to say no sometimes. And it's okay to protect your energy and set boundaries even with people you love. Boundaries are not walls. They are gates of respect. And when you say no to something draining you, you're saying yes to your peace, to your energy, to your health. So now let's look at your reading. So we have Queen of Cups and the Death card. When the Death card shows up in the reading, it's not always positive and people often get nervous. But in reality, this card rarely speaks of physical death. It's about transformation. It's about endings that clear the way for new beginnings. It's that moment when something no longer resonates, when an old pattern, a stagnant relationship, or a version of yourself has reached completion. It's like closing one chapter of your story so a new one can begin. Like reading a book. Each chapter has its own story, own lessons, own joys and tears. But if you stay stuck rereading the same page, rereading the same chapter, you will never know how the story unfolds. So now it's time to turn the page. And I feel that for a while, many of you have been stuck in the place of waiting or hoping something would shift on its own. Maybe you've been giving someone too many chances in relationship. Maybe you've been clinging to an old version of yourself that doesn't quite fit anymore. Or maybe you've been working in the same job that never gives you happiness. So whatever it is, it's time now to decide for your own good, for your own happiness, guys. Transformation is rarely comfortable. In order to grow, you need to change because growth involves change. It can feel like walking through fog, uncertain, unfamiliar, but it's important. Yet on the other side of that fog, there's sunlight, there's renewal. There's the version of you who has learned, healed, and stepped into something brighter. The Death card reminds you that the sun always rises after the storm. You're being reborn. It's kind of like you will start to see the rainbow after the rain, after the storm. And for some of you, I do feel this transformation connects to your relationship. We have 2 of Cups in the Lovers here. There's a sense of truth being revealed. Something that might have been hidden from you, maybe even a form of betrayal. For some, this could have been someone who didn't treat you right, who lied to you, who cheated on you, or who was emotionally unavailable. And even though discovering the truth hurts, it's a blessing in disguise because your angels and spirit guides are showing you what's real, what's honest, so you can be free. Because if you hadn't seen the truth, you might have stayed stuck in pain far longer. And it's not good for you emotionally and physically, And the thing is, even when someone hurts you, your heart is so pure. You still find that compassion, And that's what I love about your energy. Your energy is so good. You have that golden heart. You see the humanity in others. You still see good in others, even when they fail you. But you know what? The universe always mirrors back that energy you give out. The love you have shown will return to you tenfold, because that's the law of karma. When you put good out there, you receive good in return. That's the law of attraction too. You will meet people who treat you the way you deserve to be treated, you know? It's just a matter of divine timing. Let's see what's next. Okay, if you've been going through legal matters, perhaps contracts, court cases, or custody arrangements, I feel that fairness will be restored. You might decide to forgive or take the higher road, especially if you have children. Your protective nature will take the lead. You will do what's right for their well-being. I'm so sorry we start off a little bit heavy, but I can promise you here is the uplifting part. We have Knight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. These are beautiful cards of abundance, self-sufficiency, and good fortune turning in your favor. The wheel is now turning in your favor. After the storm comes the rainbow. After endings come new beginnings. The Wheel of Fortune suggests that once you make that big decision, once you truly release what no longer serves you, things will start to move. The wheel will start turning again, and it's turning toward blessings. You know the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel always spinning, so you never get stuck forever. If you already found your purpose or are already working in the field you love, expect more success. You could receive recognition, new opportunities, or a steady flow of prosperity. But if you've been feeling stuck in your career or unsure about what's next, it's time now to do something more aligned with your passion. Because I see strong creative energy here, ideas can flow to you like waves. You may wake up one day with an idea that just feels right, that hits in your soul, and that's your higher self speaking. For example, maybe you've been working in law, finance, or studying law, or something very structured, but deep down, you've always felt drawn to something else, something creative, like singing, writing, teaching, designing, dancing, something that makes your heart feel alive. And that calling is not random. It's your soul trying to guide you home to your purpose. You know, everyone starts somewhere. Nobody becomes an overnight success, maybe just 1% in the world, you know. It's the persistence, the faith, and the love you put into your craft that makes you shine. So the world needs what you have to offer. So guys, put yourself out there and try, because you won't know the result until you try. I just feel that, you know, you feel deeply. You're an empath. You pick up on other people's moods, energy, even without them saying a word. That's why your emotions sometimes fluctuate, high highs and low lows. You might find yourself overthinking, wondering what others think of you, or worrying about disappointing people because you care about people so much. You know, you need to let that go. You're not here to live up to anyone's expectations or any rules. You're here to live in truth. You're here to live your life. So stay focused on your path, your healing, your joy. And remember, when you release what's not good for you, you create more space for miracles, for better things to come. Everything you've gone through has been leading you somewhere, and the universe doesn't waste pain. It transforms it into purpose, to something amazing. And you are planting seeds right now, and soon you will harvest what you've sown. Some of you might even be preparing to move or relocate, perhaps a new home, a new city, or a place near water. I see water here. So water also represents healing and emotional cleansing. So being close to nature, especially water, will bring you peace. It's your soul's way of crowding again. Maybe for too long, some of you have felt isolated, eating alone, working alone, traveling alone, living alone, and you might have wondered, why me? Why this solitude? But Spirit says you're not being punished, you're being prepared. And this stillness has been sacred space for your transformation. It's kind of like a phoenix, you know. You're turning into a phoenix. You're turning to someone amazing. Because what's coming for you next is abundance. Knight of Pentacles is joy, is expansion, and this abundance could come in the form of financial gain, new opportunities, or even love that feels real, safe, kind, and mutual. And for a few of you, I see a deeper message connected to motherhood and fertility here. I'm seeing the image of a pregnant woman surrounded by chains and many swords, which is not nice. So I've got two messages here. For some, this represents a spirit baby, a child you've lost or had to let go in this lifetime. But they are looking after you. They're watching over you. They send you love from the other side. And for others, if you've been struggling to conceive or feeling hopeless about motherhood, about family, it will happen. Divine timing is at play, but your story is far from over. There's still hope, healing, and there's still life to come. And I do believe that many of you are destined to have at least one child. You're destined to have children, And we have Three of Cups, a card of joy, celebration, friendship, emotional renewal. This is the energy of community, laughter, and support. You're never lonely. Even if you don't have many friends, you still have your angels and spirit guides with you. And I feel that you will find people who celebrate you, who see your light instead of dimming it. For example, you might join a new circle of friends, a class, a spiritual community, or even meet people through creative or professional networks who uplift you. These people will remind you how beautiful life can be when you're surrounded by souls, by people who get you. And your next chapter is about connection and empowerment. I see collaboration, teamwork, partnerships, or group projects. Three of Pentacles is a confirmation card. So you might start something of your own too, a platform, a community, a space to help others grow. You're stepping into this kind of like confident energy. You no longer apologize for your power, for yourself. And now I'm seeing a sunflower. And that's your symbol. Sunflowers follow the sun. So no matter where it moves in the sky, and that's you now. Choosing to turn toward the light, toward the joy. As this energy unfolds, you notice yourself becoming more confident, more vocal about what you want, and less afraid to be seen. You start dreaming again. You rediscover your creativity, your laughter, your sense of adventure. Some of you may even travel a lot in the future, meeting people from different cultures, learning from new perspectives, and expanding your world. Your work or income might even have connections to other countries or online platforms that reach a global audience. That energy of expansion is strong here, and you're no longer playing small. So guys, you're moving from a chapter of endings and healing into one of growth, love, and abundance. You're rediscovering your strength, your voice, and your magic. And you know what? Spirit is saying you've done the hard part. Now let them handle the rest. So guys, keep your heart open but protected. Keep your dreams alive. Dream big, even when things move slowly. That's okay too. Every challenge you faced has shaped you into someone wiser, stronger, and more radiant than before. And you're stepping into your season of blessings, Your happiness, whatever you want, whatever you desire is coming. And you deserve every bit of it. Then now let's see what's your zodiac signs, okay? So we have Libra, Gemini, Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. That's all I have for you today. If the reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more readings. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye. Hello Group 2. If you chose the blue book, then let's find out. Before I get into your reading, I'm picking up on your energy that you want freedom. You are a free spirit. You're not meant to live life by anyone else's rule book. You want to follow what feels right, what feels natural, and what makes you happy. You want to wake up and feel alive, not trapped, not pressured, not stuck, not told what to do. And if you've been in an environment, maybe a job, relationship, or even a family situation where you felt like your voice doesn't matter, or where you don't feel peace or a sense of belonging, then that's not for you anymore. It feels like you've come to a point of saying, enough is enough. So some of you have reached your limit, and that's okay. That's your awakening moment, the moment you realize that your energy, your peace, your happiness matters. You know, everything is energy, so your energy is sacred too. When you protect it, the right people, the right opportunities will start to come to you effortlessly. And if you've been taking care of everyone else, always being the one who fixes things, holds everything together, it's time now to share that load, to lighten the load, because you can't help people if you run on an empty cup, you know? You have so much potential to be successful, so much creative and spiritual energy that's been waiting for your attention. And you can't be the wallflower anymore. You can't keep giving your energy away to people who only show up when they need something. Sometimes you have to be selfish, okay? And the next phase of your life is about reclaiming your freedom, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Now let's get into your reading. We have Ace of Swords here, which talks about clarity, truth, and boundaries. You know, you start to see things clearly, cut through confusion, and set healthy boundaries. And I feel that your next chapter starts with clarity, realizing what's been draining you and what truly energizes you. It's kind of like you say that, oh, I see the truth now, and I'm done pretending. For example, you've been in a work environment where your ideas are not valued. Maybe your boss, your colleagues take credit for your work, or people constantly overlook your contribution. This card is about, you waking up to that. You're seeing your worth and you're ready to speak up or move on. Or maybe you've been in a relationship where you've been giving and giving, hoping things would change, but deep down you felt unheard, unseen. And now is the time to communicate clearly or to walk away if it doesn't bring you peace. You're learning that saying no is powerful, and it's okay to say no sometimes. Setting boundaries isn't about rejection, it's about protection and self-respect. You're protecting your peace, your purpose, and your time. It's about the fresh start, a mental reset. You're gaining clarity about your direction, your goals, and your future. We have Ace of Pentacles here. It's a blessing for your material world, money, career, and opportunities. It's the seed of prosperity being planted. You've been thinking a lot about money. You kind of like career and money oriented. You want to live comfortably, not to constantly worry about finances or to have the freedom to do what you love. You want financial freedom, independence. For example, maybe you've been considering starting your own business or going back to school or investing in a side hustle. And it is a yes, it's a confirmation, just go for it. Some of you might be feeling pulled toward learning about investments, real estate, or financial planning. Or you might find a new job opportunities that bring better pay or flexibility. And sometimes it's not just about the money, it's about independence. You want to earn in a way that feels aligned with who you are, not something that drains your soul, your energy. And if you've been putting in work, even behind the scenes, even if no one's noticed, the universe has. Your consistency and discipline are about to pay off. Wow, we have the King of Pentacles here. I just love the cards, everything is connected. King of Pentacles is about the strong earthly energy. It's the powerful side of stability, maturity, and mastery. You're stepping into that same energy, becoming the authority in your own life. For some, this could mean becoming a boss, a leader, an entrepreneur, or someone others look up to. Some of you could be already in the spotlight, or people look up to you. Maybe you will get promoted at work, or people will begin to seek you out for your wisdom, for your talent. And if you're self-employed, it's time now you move toward growth, Perhaps expanding your business, attracting better clients, or creating systems that make life easier. But at a deeper level, it's about confidence, You finally realizing, I can do this, I've got this, And you no longer need validation from other people. You're not waiting for permission to rise, to start your job, to start your side hustle. You're already doing it. And your next chapter is about believing in your own power. You have the potential to be something solid and meaningful, something that represents who you truly are. We have Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Wands here. Wow, I love this combination, guys. Eight of Pentacles, is about skill building and dedication. So you've been honing your skills, putting in effort, learning and improving. And the Eight of Wands brings speed, progress and movement. So these two cards talking about, something about to take off quickly. Maybe you've been feeling like progress has been slow, nothing good has been happening, like you've been working hard but not seeing results yet. But don't worry, the seeds you planted are ready to grow. You might suddenly get an offer, unexpected email, a call, or an opportunity through someone you meet by chance. And number 8 in numerology is connected with abundance and karma. So what you give comes back multiplied. And I feel that some of you were not born into privilege. Many of you didn't have an easy path. You were not handed success, but you built it. You worked hard, learned lessons, and earned every bit of progress you made. And that's why when this success arrives, it will feel deserved. You will be able to say, I created this. I achieved this. I made this. And this next phase brings financial growth, career advancement, and recognition for your persistence. Now I see a boat. So it could talk about travel. So some of you will travel more for work, personal growth, or to connect with new people or coaches. You might work with clients or communities overseas, or even relocate to another country. So don't be afraid to explore, okay? I've just got a weird message that your success might not be in the same place you started. For example, if you're born in Asia, you might find career opportunities or success in Europe, Australia, America, and your blessings are not limited by geography. You're meant to grow, explore, and share your energy beyond your current surroundings. While we have the High Priestess here, is one of the most intuitive, spiritual cards and powerful cards in the deck. Even though you're ambitious and focused on success, you also carry deep spiritual awareness. You have a soft spot for spirituality. You might sense people's emotions easily, pick up on energy, or have dreams that seem to carry messages. Your intuition will become stronger in your next chapter. You might be drawn to meditation, yoga, astrology, or tarot, anything that connects you to your higher self. You might notice your gut feelings becoming more accurate, or that you know things before they happen. So trust that. Trust your inner knowing. Is your guidance system aligning with your purpose? For example, you might suddenly feel drawn to call someone, and when you do, they say, oh, I was just thinking about you, and that's intuition. Or you might feel uneasy about a decision, even if it looks perfect on paper, and later you see why. That's protection. It's a blessing in disguise, So don't doubt your inner voice. It's your greatest ally. Now we have the Seven of Cups, and with it comes a deep spiritual message. It's about choices, dreams, and sometimes confusion. But in your case, I'm feeling that it's a divine guidance. You have many spiritual guides, angels around you, but one in particular stands out, a feminine energy. I feel like a grandmother, mother, or maternal ancestor. So some of you could have someone passed on in your family. She's showing up as loving, protective, and deeply connected to you. So she's been with you for a long time, guiding and protecting you quietly from behind the scenes. You might have felt her presence in dreams. Maybe she visits you, or you see her favorite flower, or smell her perfume when no one's around. I hear she say, "I'm here. You're never alone." Wow, I'm getting chills here, guys. She's helping you make choices that lead to your highest good. When you feel lost or overwhelmed, talk to her. She will come through. You don't have to say fancy stuff. Just speak from your heart. Ask for a sign and you will receive it. Maybe a song will play, a number will repeat, or a white feather will appear. Just to let you know that, you're on the right path. She's reminding you that she's watching over you. You're always supported and loved. So what else? I feel like your next chapter is about freedom, success, and alignment. You're stepping out of survival mode and into creation mode. Oh, I love this. You're learning to protect your energy and focus it where it truly matters. On your dreams, your peace, your happiness. You're becoming more selective with your time and relationships. You're no longer letting just anyone into your social network, your circle, your life. People will need to earn a place in your energy. They need to earn your trust, And financially, you're moving into stability and growth. The hard work you've done is paying off. You have opportunities to travel, expand, and share your talents with the world. And I feel like some of you wouldn't be struggling financially later in life. You'll be able to afford anything you want. And your intuition will be spot on. And it will guide you every step of the way. So don't second guess it, okay? And if you've been feeling called towards spirituality or healing work, maybe through teaching, writing, speaking, or energy work, that's part of your purpose for some of you. And remember, you're protected by ancestors and guides who are working with you through every step of this journey. And guys, you're not here to play small. You're here to live boldly, to create, to lead, and to inspire. So as you move forward, keep listening to your intuition. Keep setting healthy boundaries. Keep building your dreams, even when others don't understand them. Because when you believe in yourself, magic happens. Alright? Let's see what your zodiac signs. So it could be a Leo, Virgo, Aries, Pisces, Capricorn, Sagittarius, or Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So that's all I have for you. I hope this helps, and if the reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more readings. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello group 3, if you chose an orange book, then let's find out. Before we get into the reading, I'm picking up on your energy that it feels a bit heavy. The feeling like time is passing by, that everyone around you is moving forward, like getting engaged, married, getting new jobs, building families, and you're here standing still. It's that I'm being left behind kind of energy. You might not say it out loud, but deep down you feel hopeless and upset, like life forgot to call your name when it was handing out blessings. And sometimes you compare yourself with others. Why they always get what they want, and I'm still here waiting. Maybe you see your friends achieving milestones that you always dreamed of, like buying a house, getting married, having children, or finding a career they love, and you wonder, when is it my turn? Sometimes it feels like the world moves so fast. Some of you might have imagined that by 25 or 30, you would already be in a certain place. Maybe married, maybe with your own family, or at least feeling financially secured and happy. But instead, life seems to have taken a detour. Things haven't unfolded the way you thought they would. And it's left you questioning yourself. What did I do wrong? Or why does it feel like I'm stuck while everyone else is moving forward, And for some of you, this had led to burnout. Like you've been trying so hard, putting effort into everything, but nothing seems to work. You might even have moments where you just want to give up, where you say, nah, maybe that's not meant for me to get married or to have children. But Spirit is saying to you right now that don't lose hope. Your story isn't over and your time is coming. You're not behind, you're just being prepared, You could be a late bloomer and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You could find your success later in life, but that doesn't mean you failed. Later when everyone starts to slow down and your life speeds up, when the blessings begin to flow, you will understand exactly why it had to happen this way. Every delay was protection, every pause was redirection, and every struggle was shaping you into the person who can actually hold and sustain the blessings that are coming. So now let's get into your reading. So we have the destiny and life purpose here. Wow, this is a very powerful reading, guys. Many of you have been searching for meaning, for something that truly lights you up. Some of you might feel like you haven't yet discovered your true calling. You might be working hard but not feeling fulfilled, emotionally satisfied, like something is missing. For some, it's love. For others, it's career, purpose, or family. You might be the type of person who feels emotionally unsettled when your dreams don't manifest quickly. And when you were younger, you had a clear picture of how life would look. You set goals, made vision boards, had timelines, but as the years passed, things didn't always align the way you expected. Maybe you thought you would be married by now, or traveling the world, or running your own business, or successfully thrive in your career. But instead, you faced twists, delays, and unexpected turns. And you're quite impatient as well, But life doesn't always happen the way that we always want. Life isn't a race. And what's meant for you will always fight you when you're ready, not when you're rushed. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. It represents family, marriage, commitment, stability, financial abundance. So I'm getting this strong message that many of you are destined to build a happy and secure family of your own. And if you haven't reached this stage yet, it's because your story is still unfolding. You're meant to share your life with someone who truly values family, loyalty, and partnership. And if you're already married or in relationship, your next chapter involves building generational wealth together, laying down roots, creating something that lasts. You might even teach your children about hard work, self-worth, and the value of money. 10 of Pentacles, we have number 10 here, and number 10 represents completion energy, the pinnacle of life, the moment when things finally come full circle. Now I see a dog here, so some of you already have a pet, a dog, or perhaps you adopt one soon. You could be an animal lover. Dogs represent unconditional love and devotion, the kind of energy you bring to relationships. You're loyal, protective, and when you love deeply. And your next chapter will be busy but beautiful, filled with family, love, stability, and abundance. You will be building something lasting, something real, And now I want to talk about those feelings of hopelessness that we mentioned earlier. When your blessings arrive, they will exceed every expectation. You might have waited years for certain things to happen, but when they finally do, everything will come together all at once, like a floodgate of blessings opening. And the wait was worth it, We have the Grand Triad Blessings card here. Wow, this card doesn't speak about just one blessing, guys. It speaks of many. Multiple doors opening, multiple opportunities coming in. And for some of you, these blessings could arrive almost overnight. One moment you feel like nothing is happening, and the next day, everything shifts. For example, you might meet someone unexpectedly, maybe at a social event, through a friend, and within months, you're in a serious relationship, engaged, even starting a family. Or maybe you've been applying for jobs for months with no luck, and suddenly you receive not one but 3 offers at once. That kind of Grand Triad Blessings energy we're talking about here? Divine timing and divine alignment. It's kind of like you receive a mother load at once. When it's your time, things will flow effortlessly. You won't have to chase or force anything. You simply attract what's meant for you. And your next chapter is positive. There's no doubt about it. Everything you've been working toward, all the lessons, all the waiting, is leading to this beautiful season of abundance, love, and emotional fulfillment. And I double down on this. If this won't happen, then come back to me. I own it. Now let's get into this beautiful love energy. We have the Lovers in the Knight of Pentacles here. This combination is stunning, guys. You know, the Lovers speaks about divine unions, harmony, and soulmate energy. And another Pentacles speak about independence, confidence, and abundance, both in material and emotional form. And together, it tells the story of balance, a healthy love where both partners are whole within themselves. So some of you are single right now and craving connection. You might feel like love is passing you by, especially when you see others settling down. But it's not that love forgot you. It's that love meant for you is being prepared. You're meant to experience the kind of true love, that the universe is about to bless you. And it's okay to wait for the right person, because the right person won't just love you, they match your energy. They will bring you peace, not confusion. You won't have to question their intentions or chase their affection. The Lovers in the Knight of Pentacles also speak about self-worth, knowing that you're enough even when you're alone. And Spirit wants you to feel whole within yourself first, because when you love yourself truly, you attract someone who mirrors the same love back to you. And the person you would end up with, I feel like they would be financially stable and emotionally grounded. They might come from a family that values success, or they themselves might be quite established. You could even marry into wealth or stability here. This person will take care of you, not because you need saving, but because they genuinely want to give and nurture you. You never have to worry about whether you're enough. You never have to question their loyalty. This is someone who's emotionally mature, dependable, and consistent. So we have the King of Cups here. This card talks about deeply emotional, stable, and loving energy. And I feel that the next person coming, your partner, would be emotionally available, not afraid to express how they feel. They will tell you they miss you. They tell you that they love you. They will show up. This person could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or someone with strong emotional depth, regardless of their gender. They bring calmness into your life. You will feel safe with them, seen by them, and loved for who you truly are. Okay, let's see what's next. So we have the Magician and the Queen of Wands here. These cards talk about manifestations. They represent you stepping into your power, realizing that you have everything you need to create the life you want. You're no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You're making life happen for you, And the Magician card here reminds you that your words and thoughts are spells. Whatever you focus on expands. If you've been doubting yourself, Spirit wants you to start speaking life into your dreams again. Think positive, and positive happens, guys, because the universe listens. And you also stepping into a version of yourself who is confident, radiant, and magnetic. And this Queen energy, she knows her worth. She doesn't chase, she attracts. This is you stepping into that energy, taking care of yourself, dressing up for yourself, celebrating your own company, celebrating your small wins. You might start doing more things alone, taking yourself out to lunch, to dinner, traveling solo, starting new hobbies. And that's okay too, because you're becoming more comfortable in your own skin, and that confidence will radiate outward, and you will start to attract better. And this is your glow up era, not just on the outside, but on the inside. You're learning to love yourself more. You're becoming kinder to yourself. You're setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and choosing peace over chaos. The Lover's card doesn't only speak about romantic love, it also speaks about self-love. So you're learning to love yourself so fully that when someone else comes into your life, it's a reflection of that love, not a replacement for it. And as you embody this energy, you start to notice people are naturally drawn to you, whether friends, opportunities, even old connections resurfacing. Because when you vibrate in self-love, you attract everything that matches that frequency. Okay, so we have the Mercury card here. Mercury rules communication, teaching, leading, expressing. So some of you are natural communicators, speakers, writers, counselors, coaches, healers. You have a gift with words, so you should use this gift, If you ever felt called to share your voice, whether it's through public speaking, writing, or even just being more open in your everyday life, this is your sign to do it. You were born to express, to inspire, to connect with others. Your voice actually can heal people because your story can help others feel seen. And as you share your truth, you also begin to attract your soul tribe, your soul family, people who resonate with your energy, your story, and understand your journey. And the next phase of your life is all about connection, connecting with others, connecting with yourself, connecting with spirit. You will find yourself being more social, more confident, more curious about the world around you. You won't be afraid to try new things or meet new people. You start to put yourself out there more. And through those experiences, you discover even more about yourself, your purpose. Just know that you never being left behind. You being aligned instead. So every delay you experience is making room for something greater, something that will last. You know, your destiny holds stability, abundance, love, and purpose. We have the star card here. So you're destined to build a beautiful life, whether it's a family, a legacy, a sense of peace and fulfillment. You will reach your own version of the Ten of Pentacles, your happy ending, your full circle moment. And before that happens, you need to trust yourself. Trust the divine timing, guys. Love yourself deeply and keep your heart open. Because soon you understand why it all had to happen this way. Your blessings are not being withheld, they're being prepared for you. And when they come all at once. Alrighty, let's see what's your zodiac signs. So you could be a Cancer, Aries, Virgo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Leo, or Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So that's all I have for you today. I hope this helps. If the reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more readings. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one. Bye.